welcome my channel and welcome to another video. I've missed you all. Today is the long-awaited video finally. It's tattoo stories today, the meanings behind my artwork. Self-love, body acceptance, all of that fun stuff. It's gonna be fun. Story time. Every tattoo means something. It's gonna be a good day, huh? So sit back, grab your coffee, enjoy. Okay, I'm trying to get the right angle. I'm like, I want to show my tattoos, but I want my face in there, you know? We'll figure it out. Bear with me, guys. Just be nice, okay? You guys are always nice. Okay, well, let's start with my first tattoo. Let's see. My first tattoo was this tattoo. This is gonna be interesting. Okay. Maybe I'll have to take the camera down. Yeah, take it down. Okay, so if you guys can see, that is the eating disorder recovery symbol. This was my first tattoo, and I got it right after I got out of treatment. Most of my tattoos, I got kind of like rewards. Like when I first got out of treatment, I'm like, oh, why don't I get a tattoo to celebrate? So this is the eating disorder recovery symbol, and I'm always transparent about my eating disorder and my journey. I didn't mind it being on my wrist for people to ask, like, what is that? Because I like educating, I like just being transparent. So yes, it's an imperfect heart. Love that. And then so I got words too. It says no one heals without a struggle. So I got this back in, guys, I think it was like 2011 is when I started getting tattoos. I fell in love. Shout out to Ink Shrinks in New Brighton. I got all my tattoos from them. I adore them. I will never seek elsewhere to get tattoos, just unless they like move to a different country. Anyways, Ink Shrinks, shout out. Love them. Yep, my first tattoo. I got obsessed after then. Okay, so I talked about when I was in gymnastics and how I was very self-conscious about my arms, right? And I didn't like to wear tank tops just because I was really muscular. And if you watch how my eating disorder started, you'll understand my thought process on, well, I was teased having muscular arms. Anyways, just watch that video. It'll explain kind of my insecurities on my arms and all that. When I got my sleeve, I wanted to wear tank tops. I just started to have more self-love. You know, I was showing off the artwork and my arm was kind of being hidden, you know, and so I became a little bit more proud of my skin when I had art on it. That's, I just gotta get this angle. Okay. Anyways, I never thought that I'd get a sleeve. I got my first tattoo. I'm like, oh yeah, maybe I'll have, you know, a couple more, but I'm like, oh, I'll never have a sleeve. But look at me now, look at me. I'll probably have this one done too. So anyways, I started with this Victorian scroll, and I do photo shoots, so I wanted them to look, you know, pretty and, you know, not look too, I wanted it to flow. I wanted my tattoos to flow together. I started with this pretty design because I'm like, oh, that's, you know, that's really pretty. I love that. And I kind of, how do I show this? There we go. No. So you kind of see that Victorian scroll on my forearm. Right here, right here, right here, right here. There we go. You see it. Okay. I wanted to build on that design, and so this really didn't have like a story behind it. Otherwise, other than I loved Victorian type of things. I just liked the pattern, the flow. It kind of looked like flowers and waves. And so this was the perk of going to the same artist, is you can build on the pattern that you got before and you can make it flow. I had decided to build on that pattern, and I got pretty much like up to here, down to here with the roses. The color came later. It was just black and white for a while. I don't even know how many hours. Like, he did an hour at a time usually. So I just had black and white, and I added the roses, and I'm like, oh, you know, after he showed the pattern, it was as many sisters as I had. I like counted the roses. I'm like, oh, these are like all my sisters. So there's 5 roses. Well, I get to be, cats are jumping everywhere. You guys, there's 5 roses. I'm one of the roses too. So there's a rose back here, and there's a rose right here, 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 and here. Those are all of my sisters. Well, they represent my sisters, so I love that. And then the color came, and I knew I loved purple. I love purple. It's my favorite color. So we have little like hints of green and purple, and of course the roses I wanted red, and then the shading came, and I was just like really happy with this piece. But this was empty, and this was empty, and my shoulder was empty, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I really wanted it to fill out. Look at those 2. You guys. So I really wanted to fulfill, because what I noticed is I started criticizing the parts that didn't have tattoo. Like, I was just really unhappy body image wise, and I'm like, I gotta cover them up. And I'm not saying like tattoos are not like the fix all for body image issues. It helped me a lot. It really did help me kind of be proud of the artwork and want to show off my arms and not like hate myself all too much. So anyways, I started to look for things that I wanted to fill. So I was looking at, and I wanted it of course to like mean something for me. So I got this butterfly. At the time, I mean, butterflies just represent new life, and I again was out of treatment and just trying to, you know, discover. At the time I wasn't like gung-ho for recovery like I am now, but I knew that I wanted to do things differently, and it was just a new life. I got this beautiful colorful butterfly, and like yellow makes me happy, so I knew I wanted some yellow, and colors make me happy, so I wanted it nice and bright. There's my butterfly. And then not long after, I got my lace butterfly, and again it went with the Victorian theme. Guys, I'm trying. Okay, so there we go. And so we have like the pearls dripping off the wings. It's a nice like lace. There we go, you can see a good shot of it. So I really like this, and I wanted this to stay black and white, just because I thought that it looked better with just being black and white, just showcasing the lace. And so yeah, butterflies represent new life. The rest of my tattoos I got after my husband died. I knew I wanted to get a memorial tattoo, and something I didn't mention earlier is my husband found this tattoo place. He made friends with them while I was in treatment. He was researching places because he knew I wanted to get a tattoo, and so he made friends. He found the ink shrinks. They were right by our house, and so I knew that it was really special to get a memorial tattoo and do it with them as well. They were good friends with Josh. So I got this memorial tattoo, and okay, so I knew I wanted a cloth. Let's see if I can like, this is hard to like maneuver my skin. Okay, so here it is, this part here and then this part here. So I've got pearls in there, and I knew that I wanted a purple rose, because the story of the purple rose was the day my husband died, or the day after. I was just asking for a sign, like any sign. I was outside and I knew he liked the lake and water is really special to him, and that's why, like, for me it's like my calming place. But I was walking around the lake and I was just like, give me a sign, give me a sign that you, like, Josh, I was saying give me a sign that you are okay, and that you're, you know, that you can see me, and just stuff like that. I was just asking for any sort of visual sign. And as soon as I said that, I was walking around the lake and there was no flowers around the lake, but as soon as I asked for a sign, I look and there's this beautiful purple flower, just one purple flower around the lake, the edge of the lake. And so that's how I knew. I didn't question it. And so I knew purple flowers are a sign from my husband that he is watching over me. And ever since then, whenever I saw purple flowers, it was just really comforting. And whenever I took walks and I saw a purple flower, that was his sign of saying, like, he's saying hi to me and stuff like that. So I knew I needed a tattoo of a purple flower. So that's why the purple flower is there. And then I have this clock, and the clock is at 8:18. The time is at 8:18. And August 18th has two meanings for me. The first was on my wedding date, August 18th. And ironically, August 18th was the funeral date, and I didn't plan it that way. It just worked out that way. And once I found out that the funeral home was, you know, saying that these dates are open, I turned white. I absolutely turned white in the face, because I'm like, that was our wedding date and it's also the funeral date. So of course the clock had to say August 18th. How do I even bend my arm to show? There we go. So there is the clock, there's the purple flower, and then I stuck a couple of roses here just so that it would tie into my other sleeve. And then I loved, like, the Victorian scroll kind of thing. And then it says time is precious here. So when you lose everything, it makes you value life more. And I looked at life a lot differently when my husband died. I looked at things in a different light. I appreciated things a lot better. I appreciated having conversations with friends, having time for friends. And so I knew that I needed to have that with the memorial tattoo, because that's something that Josh taught me with all of this. So it's just a constant reminder of him saying time is precious, and to not take things for granted, and not, you know, live in the moment more. Look at nature a little closer, stuff like that. So I love this, and it filled up my forearm, so I was really happy about that. I'm like, yes, cover more skin. So that's the story on the memorial tattoo. And again, after, I'll do a close-up with the camera after. And then okay, I said that I got all my tattoos from the ink shrinks. I did get one tattoo, and they give me crap because, like, tattoo artists, I love the ink shrinks. Tattoo artists are very particular, you know, they won't work on any other tattoo, of course, but like, he made fun of me for this, but it was because it was free. And it says breathe. And I love this. It's like kind of a joke, but also like it does remind me how to breathe. Not how to breathe, it reminds me to breathe. No, I know how to breathe, I promise, but I look at it often, especially when I'm anxious, and just, it just reminds, we all need reminders to breathe or slow down. So I love this on my wrist, but that is the only tattoo I did not get by my artist. So yeah, he gives me crap, but it's okay. And then, so moving on, I've got a music note. This one was a funny story because, you know those little jars where you like pay 20 bucks and then you pick out of a jar, and then whatever you get out of that jar is the tattoo that you're gonna get. So I'm like, I was like, I don't care, I just want a tattoo. I was just like so obsessed with tattoos. I'm like, I don't even care if it's I don't know, they had all kinds of things. They had like a skull and crossbones, like lips, like a bird. They had a flamingo, all kinds of things. And I saw the music note. I'm like, oh, I really hope that I get that, because that would fit with me. I drew the music note, so I got the music note. So this was a gamble tattoo. This was 20 bucks. And I lucked out. I love it. So that's, and I'm like, oh, I gotta fill in the space. I see I still look at this space, and I'm like, oh, I need to put, oh, and this space right here, I want to put something in there. So comment below some ideas for me. Also, if you guys want to tell me your tattoo stories, or if I have any of my followers who are struggling with eating disorder, did the tattoos help with your self-love? Am I just, I don't know, am I the only one? I don't know. I don't think I'm the only one, but I wonder if that's common with people with eating disorders who get tattoos. Do they look at that body part differently and like put a little bit more love towards it? Anyways, okay. Moving on, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more tattoos. We are cruising. Okay, so the next tattoo I got was this little water lily one. I really apologize that I'm really trying to get it in the camera. Okay, so this water lily one, and I got an arrow, a semicolon, and an infinity. And it's funny because it kind of looks like a happy face, like the mouth, the eyes, and then the eyebrow. So I got the arrow because this symbolizes, well, keep going. So keep going, and then this one is my story is not over, the semicolon, and then the infinity, and then this is never stop. Okay, so keep going forward, my story is not over, and I'll never stop. So that is the story behind these. And then I got the water lily. I actually paint watercolor. I haven't in a long time, but I thought that was kind of cool, and it fit me. And the story behind the water lily is it only grows in the mud, so the muck and the goo. So I thought like that always has a cool meaning behind that flower. So that one, and of course it was more color, so, and I loved color, it makes me happy. So that, and then, so there it is, blue, blue, blue. And so my next tattoo I got was Survivor. And that's pretty self-explanatory. There's the semicolon again. And I'm a survivor in many, many different ways. Survivor, I'm a suicide loss survivor, I'm a suicide attempt survivor, survivor of anorexia, eating disorder, survivor of depression, anxiety, survivor. I mean, I'm surviving every day, and so I love this one, that it reminds me that I am a survivor and to keep going. That's all that is for that. Okay. Ooh, I forgot this one. This one, okay. This one's my, I think, I don't know, I think I've got roughly in the right order. But this one I think is next. So as I think I told, yeah, I did tell in one of my other videos that I taught myself how to play ukulele in the hospital. So the ukulele was a huge part of my grief healing and just my healing in general. And it got me through that period. It got me through just treatment in general, and when I was bedridden, it got me through a lot. So I knew I wanted a ukulele, and I got the same. This was an exact replica of my first ukulele, that teal color, and it was like a kid's toy, but I taught myself how to play ukulele on it. So my artist, he kind of surprised me with this design. Usually I say, oh, I want this and this, and then he sketches out ideas, and I usually love it. So that's how it goes with that. So we've got the Hawaiian flowers, and then we've got the palm trees, and then I love words, so he said ukulele love. In case no one knew what that was, we had to put it down. So I absolutely love this because ukulele is so special to me. And then my favorite colors, purple and yellow, and then blue just seem like the right fit. So that's that. And so I had this open. I didn't have this one yet. This one was like open. So my tattoo was like here and down. And I'm like, oh, I really need a cap. I really need something. And so I got this mandala, and in treatment it's very it's very common and popular to have adult coloring pages, and a lot of them are mandalas because those help with anxiety when you're coloring in, you know, a pattern. You kind of get lost in the coloring. So I kind of wanted that idea of that, and I didn't want color, just to replicate that coloring page in like the mandala. So when I'm bored, I can just color my shoulder. No, I'm kidding, I don't do that, but I could. So anyways, I just thought the mandala would be a perfect cap to top off my sleeve. And so yeah, there's not really like any meaning. Well, that, I guess that is a meaning, but that's all the story that I have. I just picked out a design and I really liked these points. I thought that looked really nice to have when I wear tank tops, or it just like peeps out, and it fit in nicely with my rest of the tattoos. It kind of like, it touches the roses and it touches kind of the ukulele stuff, so it fit in there really nicely. So there we go, that's capping off my sleeve. Okay, so next I got my other wrist. I got this, and I got this with my good friend after treatment again, because, here, let me see. Alright, you see that. So one of our mottos, or one of our mantras that got us through treatment was saying, I got this. And so it kind of goes along the line like what you tell yourself you believe. We faked it till we made it, and we just kind of said, we got this, and it really did help. Like, it really did motivate us, and it was kind of like funny as well, because I mean, we were just motivating ourselves left and right, saying like, you got this, I got this. And so it became a thing with us, and so we knew when we got out we would get this tattoo together. And I got it on my hand because another joke is like when you shake hands or if you go to an interview, you can read this like I got this. So you shake hands for your interview and it says that I got this. So it's kind of a joke for me, and also it really did get me through treatment, saying that I got this. I mean, it's better than saying, like, complaining about stuff. Complaining never gets you anywhere. So the opposite of that, saying that you got this and everything's gonna be okay, right? Okay, this arm looks so naked now. I know I will fill it up. Okay, so back to this arm, I've got my Zelda tattoos. In another video, I showed myself painting Navi, and a couple years ago, I did a fringe show. I was in Zelda, the Hero of Fringe, it was called. That one was such a special show for me just because I got a really good part, and it really challenged me just because the amount of lines there was. And the Fringe Festival is just this huge deal to the theater community, and it was really a big deal to me. And for me to get a role that really challenged me, and I really wanted to, like, I love fairies and I love Zelda. Like, it was such a childhood game. Doing this show was really special, and I met my best friends in this show. To this day, we hang out all the time, and this show got us together, so it will always be a special show to me. Anything Zelda makes me smile and makes me think of this time in my life, and so I had to get a Zelda tattoo because of how good it made me feel and how, like, the memories. So I got the Triforce. And it was perfect because I had some room there, so I had to fill it with the Triforce. So there we go. And then we have some purple flowers again. And it's like meant to look cartoony, and it's got like the shine in there. And then of course the star, Navi, the little blue fairy that was Link's companion. Alright, if you guys are Zelda fans, comment down below so we can just give each other air hugs. So that is everything on my arm. I do have one more. It goes along the lines of tattoos on my arm helped my self-love with my arm. So I'm like, well, I gotta put tattoos on all the body parts that I hate, which is like, you know, my side and my legs. I don't have tattoos on my legs, but that's something to think about just because, like, I am very self-conscious about my legs. So I'm like, maybe I need to put some tattoos there. So my next tattoo. All right, you guys, get ready for some skin. Oh my gosh. It is a mermaid. Look at her. Isn't she gorgeous? She is living her best life. And let me tell you why I got a mermaid. So I was in Little Mermaid, and one of my best friends right now, her name's Sarah. Shout out to Sarah. So we were in Little Mermaid together, and I met, again, a lot of my really good friends to this day in that show. Little Mermaid was always really special time in my life, and so I wanted to get a mermaid with her, just kind of like a friend's tattoo, and I think they're so cool, and so I was like, yep, I'm gonna put it on my side. I'll like my side. So that's pretty much it. I didn't want any color, and so yeah, I mean, it's not like a deep story, but I met her in Little Mermaid, so I wanted to honor that show. So there's my mermaid, and I love it. I love it. I love it. It's like my whole side, and she's swimming. And I love that her face is turned away. She's just kind of like she's just got kind of like this like demeanor about her. Kind of like a depressed, like she could be depressed or sad, but I don't know. It's up for interpretation. But I really liked that her face was turned away. So that, I think I covered everything. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot about one. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna turn around, you guys. I'm gonna turn around. Okay, let's see. It's the one on my back. Are you kidding? How could I forget about this one? Okay, so I think, all right, so here is my theater, film, and music dedication tattoo. So I've got comedy and tragedy, and then I've got a film strip, and I've got music notes. So these are just all the things I love, and I love showing that off. And so that's all there is to this one. It's sad because I can't see this one very often, and sometimes I forget that it's there until someone comments. I'm like, oh yeah, I do have something there. So yeah, I almost forgot about this one. I promise that's the last one. So there you go. You guys, am I even like center? Oh my goodness, I'm gonna like. Okay, that's the last one. So that is the stories behind my tattoos. Comment below if you have any more questions about self-love and tattoos, or if tattoos have helped your self-love and your own body image struggles, or if you do have those struggles. I don't think I'm the only one. I love my tattoos, and I wear tank tops now. I show off my arms, and it hasn't like fixed my body image issues. Like, I still struggle, but it definitely has helped immensely. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my journey through my tattoos, my stories. I really appreciate you guys listening to the whole video if you got this far. Don't forget to subscribe, share this video, but I really appreciate all of the love that I've gotten so far, all the support. Truly, truly feeling blessed. Really loving sharing my story with all of you, and I appreciate you guys listening. And remember to take care of yourself, be safe, and trade your expectations for appreciations. Love you.
Child, never they were five. And Mama said his words, oh, so many times. I'm thinking you knew better than the other guys, riding on backbiting and get away with lies. No matter what it takes, always gonna cry.